Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rise. We're back here at Dream Giveaway Garage, and I have one of those cars that really has made an impact in the auto industry as being so iconic. This is it. This is a 2009 Dodge Viper ACR. But before we get into this striped snake, let's talk about what's going on here. The mighty Viper. It's been around since the early 1990s. Truly a product of two people, Lee Iacocca and Carroll Shelby. Now, everybody knows Carroll Shelby with the Ford connection and his mighty 427 Cobras, but you know what? When Lee Iacocca became president of Chrysler Corporation, Carroll Shelby followed, since Lee and Carroll were very good friends. Now, with this Dodge Viper, we see a lot of that unique driving experience that once the mighty 427 Cobras brought to you. Now, those first few years, that first generation of the Dodge Viper was purely as raw as you could get. No ABS, no technical nannies, just you, a 6-speed manual transmission, and a hunkering V10 engine. Now, as we went through the different generations, some different models came about. In 1996, it was revolutionary. I remember seeing my first one and falling in love with it. It was the Viper GTS Coupe. That was in Gen 2. Now, there's a total of 5 generations, the last one being 2017, and that 5th generation really brought the utmost in performance, but also a lot of technology, but still bringing a blending of that original rawness that first was seen in the early 1990s. Now, this 2009, being part of the 4th generation, really kind of has a mixture of both worlds, because when you look inside, you're not going to see a lot of tech. You're going to see a lot of analog features, but you're going to see some tech underneath the hood with some big horsepower. Now, this one's called an ACR. What the heck does that stand for? American Club Racer. In the SCCA, the Sports Car Club of America, there are a lot of people that want to race Vipers. Dodge made this one just for them so that they could go right from the showroom to the racetrack. There's been lots of different ACR models within Dodge's lineup, but this one really is truly special, especially because they don't make them anymore. So let's go ahead, let's find out, is this the ultimate supercar killer, the mighty Dodge Viper ACR, and is this the one that you should be parking in your garage? Let's go ahead and find out with our 2009 Viper ACR. Right off the bat, the color combination. Lots of different ways to make your Viper unique. Even more so in the 5th generation, but this one being the granite gray with the black and that beautiful painted red racing stripe right over the driver's side. Absolutely stunning. Now, at the front of the business, you'll see what we were working with back in 2009. You're not going to see a lot of LED lighting here. You do have your projector beam headlight. Other than that, everything is very simplistic, but I like that about the Viper. It has such an unmistakable look that you're not going to confuse this with anything from Italy or Germany, that's for sure. Now, this being an ACR, they actually took out the lower fog lights to help save weight. You're going to get the addition of full carbon fiber from the factory, diplanes and massive splitter. Remember, the diplanes, also known as canards, are there to give us downforce and help channel that airflow. The front splitter, being massive in size, is going to stop air from going underneath the vehicle as much as it can to give us that downforce as well. And this ACR has a lot more downforce than your standard Viper. Now, as we come across that low slung nose, you'll notice that we have a tow hook here. This is something required that's important if you're doing a track day or a track event. In case something goes wrong, you're going to want them to hook onto that when they go to put you on the flatbed, but hopefully you'll keep on trucking and not be on the back of a truck. Now, with this splitter, this is totally adjustable. So lots of adjustability, more so than your regular 2009 Viper. It's got KW racing shocks that not only lowers the car, but also makes the compression and rebound dampening be totally adjustable manually at the racetrack. Now, I love the way you have that unique grille on the front of the nose of this Viper. We got the Viper badging there, looking so slick, about to rip your head off. You know what? I'm okay if that Viper bites me in the neck and kills me. It would be one way to go, because this is a super sexy car, but you'll just see the width and just the long nose. Remember, we got 10 cylinders underneath that hood. Now, speaking of the hood, it looks like a snake. You're gonna have this massive functional ram air intake on the front. You got your bulge, your muscle car bulge in this supercar killer. And then look at all the heat extractors. You got a total of 6 of them fully functional because that V10 produces a lot of heat. Now, when we go around the bend, what are we working with wheel and tire setup? You're looking at forged aluminum wheels. So these are stronger than cast, lighter than cast aluminum. And what's awesome about it, not only are they very simple in style, I like the SRT badging that's put into the actual wheel itself, but these weigh 30 pounds less. If you add up all the weight, say from all 4 corners, 30 pounds less, that's less rotating mass. You have a simple 4-piston calipers. Even still in 2009, we weren't running really 6-piston calipers or 9-piston calipers or 22-piston calipers on cars yet, but you do have that 2-piece rotor, that Stop Tech brake rotor from the factory. Aluminum hat, slotted and fully ventilated, is gonna give us great braking capability, and it's also going to let us be able to have less rotating mass and dissipate that heat. Now, if you're hearing a truck in the background, that's them actually bringing more cars to the Dream Giveaway Garage. So we got more reviews coming, but this one is definitely on the money. You'll see we have those Contis, those Continental Extreme Contact track tires. Lori loves Conti tires. She has them on her Mini. It's the only thing that she runs at the track. But these are $295 on the width up front. On the back, you're looking at a 30 series sidewall, and they're stickier than the ABC gum that you chewed back in elementary school. Hopefully you know what that stands for. Look it up and Google it. Now, coming down the side, you're gonna get your badging. ACR, what does it stand for? American Club Racer. Simple, that's all you need. And then I'm gonna have Lori work her magic and show just that beautiful fender venting that they build into the side of the vehicle. Is it functional? Hell yes it is. And look at how it comes all the way towards the rear. Great body lines going into the door. You'll notice the striping go up onto our roof. Remember, this is a coupe. First time there was a coupe was 1996. Love that double bubble. Almost looks like the top of a snake head. It's like I just want to pet the snake because it is stunning. We got the return of side exhaust. Remember, in 1996, they decided to run the exhaust out the back. Great to have that V10 rumble come out of that exhaust. Look at that. That thing is just driving me crazy. Can't wait to go on throttle. And then out back, what do we got? We got these amazing wheels. Once again, absolutely stunning. These are 19-inch wheels, not 20-inch wheels, 19-inch wheels. Are you ready for this one? I hope you're sitting down. 355 on the width. This is wider than a steamroller. If you ever seen those steamrollers that they use for paving roads, these things are wider, more rubber to meet the road. You're gonna need it because you got lots of power to work to the rear, but you'll notice 19-inch wheels all the way around with our Connies. Yes, Lori, we'll get you a new set. I know you chewed up those at your last track event, but coming around the back, get ready for your Thanksgiving Day turkey. You don't need a table. You don't even need a freaking dining room. Have it out in the garage because look at this massive ACR equipped carbon fiber rear wing. Put the turkey, stuffing, the rolls, the cranberry sauce. I mean, this is not only beautiful, but fully functional to give us that maximum downforce. I love the way that the red is even brought into the actual support. Remember, these are adjustable. You see these holes? That's not Swiss cheese. That is to adjust the pivot of the wing to give you more downforce or less downforce. Let's say you're at Daytona. You don't want a lot of downforce on those high banks or the back straightaway. Say you're at Sebring, you want a little bit more downforce. You pivot it up. Look at the back. Nice flared fenders. Simple on the taillights, just like the headlights. We got our third brake light so smartly put with the Viper badging there. Every time you hit the brake, it's like, you're like telling people, get off my rear end because I'm a Viper and I'm gonna bite you in your rear end. Now dropping all the way down, you'll notice the maximum size on the rear diffuser. This is right from the factory to give us that ultimate downforce, and then the simple Viper badging on the rear bumper. But while we go ahead, let's pop that massive hood and check out what a V10 looks like in our 2009 ACR. All right, guys, we got the massive hood open, and guess what? It only gets better. Check out that beautiful, glorious, sexy, naturally aspirated V10. First of all, I just want to point out, no plastic covers. Look at that aluminum intake. It looks like it's right off of a race car. The bright red valve covers with the Viper badging. But what are we exactly looking at here? We're looking at an 8.4 liter V10 engine. Now, what's interesting is when the Viper first came out, it was an 8 liter V10 that put out 450 horsepower. Guess what? Things have changed. 8.4 liters of sexy goodness, 600 horsepower in this ACR, 560 pound-feet of torque. I hope you know how to drive manual, because the only Viper you're going to be owning is a die-cast model, because it's only available with a slick shifting 6-speed manual. 0 to 60, if you know how to do the business, 0 to 60 in about 3.5 seconds. The car weighs 3,400 pounds. Top speed, because of all the appendages, the massive wing, the canards, and the splitter, is 173 miles an hour. So yes, there's many cars that will beat this top speed, but take it to a track, and that's where things are going to shine. And if you are even wondering about MPGs, I want to kick you in the groin. But since I'm a nice guy, I'm not going to do that, and I'm going to tell you, MPGs, 13 in the city, 22 on the highway. Those wheels up front are 19 by 10, and then out back 19 by 13, and those are those Sidewinder wheels. Looking at the KW shocks, lighter weight overall than your standard Viper, and this one only has 800 miles, if you could believe that. But why don't we go ahead? Looking at this, I could stare at this all day long, but I know you want to hear it. So if you're ready, I'm definitely ready. Let's fire up this snake and hear what its hiss is like. Guys, we're inside this 2009 Dodge Viper ACR. It's crazy how much things have changed. Like 2009 doesn't seem that long ago, but wait until you see this interior, because it is bare bones. But I think that is what makes the Viper even more special, was that it was never really about technology. It was about pure raw power. Now, back in 2009, if you wanted to buy one of these, MSRP was right around $100,000. Depending on how you option it, could be a little bit more than 100 grand. If you've been paying attention to Mecum, which this one was one on Mecum, or bring a trailer, the prices are going up. So with such low mileage and in such wonderful condition, this thing is worth a pretty penny. But let's see what you get if you wind up winning this one, or if you go out and buy one. To the door panels, let's see what we have. Hard plastic. Now, it's actually soft up top. The armrest, though, is pretty hard. And as you can see, there's really not an armrest. It's just kind of molded into the door card there. No door pocket. And that's okay, because there's no way in hell you're eating in my Dodge Viper. A little bit of silver on the door handle and the door handle pull. You got your switch gear. But the great news is no gloss black to speak of. Now, when you go from the door panel to the dash, I do like how far the dash is, and that's going to be important for the comfort of your passenger as they're holding on for dear life. Soft touch material, and then like I was saying, no infotainment. Now, this Viper ACR has the optional air conditioning. Standard is no air, no radio. So as you can see, we have our simple radio with your presets and a CD player. That's it. So you can listen to Baby Got Back while you're stroking through the 6-speed manual transmission. I love the way they got this waterfall of auxiliary gauges, all in white face backs and all analog. You actually use a key To fire this Viper up, you turn the key and then you push this bright red engine start button to make all 10 cylinders come alive. We have our slick shifting Tremec 6-speed transmission with our massive shift knob here so that you could roll through those gears and really get that perfect engagement. Look how short the throw is. This is third, this is fourth. That's it. Good old-fashioned e-brake, a cup holder, which I don't even know what the hell you're gonna put in there. Maybe a bottle of water, but it's gonna fly out. But you're not eating or drinking in my car. You do have window switch gear on the center here for the driver. I'm gonna pull this back up. Soft touch, and then open this up. This is where you're gonna put your Twinkies. So you can fit about 7 Twinkies in here, and there's a 12 volt. Don't even ask me about USBs. We got our speakers, our Alpine speakers in the center, and then look at these seats. Heavy on the bolstering, looking good, even back in 2009 with our Alcantara. Manual adjustments for the passenger, manual adjustments for the driver. As the driver though, I get the factory installed racing harnesses. And as you can see, I don't have this Viper started and it's hot as can be in here. But you know what? I don't care because I'm in love. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this Dodge Viper ACR. All right, guys, almost time to get fully strapped in and go on throttle. But coming into the business end, you'll notice just how far out these sills go. Very, very wide because of the exhaust that's running underneath. These can and do get hot, so just be careful. Pedal box on the tighter side, but the great news is once you get your feet in there, you got an aluminum dead pedal, clutch, brake, and throttle. People with bigger feet, you're gonna have to really test drive one of these to see how comfortable it's gonna be for you. Seats are all manual adjustment. I'm 6 feet tall. I still got enough headroom in here to get a helmet on, and then steering wheel. Nothing but the business. You want buttons? There are none. It's just a horn and the steering wheel. Nice large red leather stripe up top to go with the red going over the driver's side. You got the Viper badging there. Like I said, what a way to die by getting bit in the neck by that thing. And then check out our instrumentation. You have white face gauges, tach in the center, speedometer, and then your fuel gauge, and then nothing else. Real clean, simple, and that's what this car is about, is the simplicity. One thing I highly recommend is going to a racing school to learn how to drive this car, because there are no nannies on this. No traction control. You have ABS, but there's no torque vectoring or none of that junk. It's just your right foot on the throttle and you knowing what to do. So highly recommend going to a racing school. But why don't we go ahead? They say there's cargo space in this Viper ACR. Let's see if this can go get some groceries, because I'm dying to go on throttle in this Viper. All right, guys, the crazy thing about this Viper ACR is, yes, it could be your race-ready grocery go-getter, because guess what? We got the key, just like on the interior, we got the key, and we're gonna show you just how much usable space is. So you're gonna actually put the key in here, you turn, and you lift. Actually not too heavy. Check it out. You got tons of cargo space here. Of course, we have the fire extinguisher, this being an ACR model, and then we have this front splitter extension. So if you need more downforce, that's what you're gonna use this for. And then of course, we got our box that not only has our tools, but also some cleaning supplies. Everything is carpeted back here, and you do have an electric air pump. No spare on this vehicle, but I'm gonna gently, nicely put this down, because you know what? It's ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead, if you're ready, and do the business in our on-throttle excitement Dodge Viper ACR. All right, guys, we left Dream Giveaway Garage. We're in this 2009 Dodge Viper ACR, all buckled in with this racing harness, and it is so raw in here. Very minimal on the sound deadening material. Seats are comfortable though. I actually feel like once you get in, it feels fantastic in here. And I'm 6 feet tall, so it's gonna be a little tighter once you get past that 6 foot mark, especially because of the way that the front of the roof curves down a little bit. But let's go on throttle. On throttle, yeah! telling you right now, you need to respect this car, because this snake will bite you in a very bad way, especially when you look at no electronic gizmos and gadgets to make you look good. Feedback is spot on though. I feel like there's a 100-pound synthetic cable connecting the throttle to the actual engine, to those throttle bodies, because of how precise everything feels. Clutch is actually not very heavy. At least not for me, I'm not feeling that. So, but steering wheel, obviously have that real direct control. If you're looking for amenities, you are looking in the wrong car here. The wing is so high that it actually helps with visibility out the rear glass. And you're getting all that downforce, but second gear, here we go. Ultra, yeah, woo! Golly, this thing. Heel toe downshift, nice. Oh my God. Yeah! Oh my God. This car is something else. My first time driving an ACR, first time driving a 4th gen, and I'm freaking loving it. Seeing that long hood, the racing stripe on the driver's side here, wearing the harnesses, you're just in a very, very special car. And like I said, the 5th gen Vipers are even better, but this thing I think is more raw than the 5th gen Viper for sure. The sound is intoxicating. 10 cylinders firing away out the side exhaust. It is an eargasm over and over and over again. Unbelievable. But like I was saying, visibility out the back is great. I don't care about the radio. I would never listen to anything besides the sounds of the Viper band. And that's a 10-member band, all going crazy. This thing is unbelievable. When you're shifting with the gearbox, it feels like you're reaching down into that 6-speed and actually moving it with your hands. The gears, the individual gears. That's how precise this thing is. Ultra, here we go. As you can see, I am short shifting a little bit because of just being respectful of this car. You gotta respect it, but the brakes actually feel great, even though they're not a 6-piston Brembo like you get on the newer Vipers. This stop tech system is phenomenal. Footbox is a little tight. I got a size 12. If you're wearing you know, land barges, like a 14 or something, it's gonna be tough. This car is not really built for everybody, that's for sure. Ultra, here we go. Wow, you can feel the downforce from all the aero. It is awesome. Wow, 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 look at this. Second to third, it's like you could be blindfolded and always hit 3rd gear. It's so precise. The shift knob being so large really is comfort in the palm of your hands. I don't want to give this freaking car back. I really don't want to give this car back. This is a car that I would sell my ZL1 1LE for. It really is. It's so freaking amazing. I need my freaking towel right about now. I can't even reach it because I'm strapped into this beast. Wow. I'm gonna try it with the windows open so you can hear that V10. Hopefully there's not too much wind noise. Sad that's stock. Do you hear that? Do you hear just so grateful to be able to get behind the wheels of special cars like this one. Very grateful for Dream Giveaway. Allow me access. Here we go. It is ridiculous. I'm in a Dodge Viper ACR. Unfreaking believable. Stops on a dime, and you're giving all the Corvette and Porsche owners plenty of change back. Let me see if I can get my towel without taking off the racing belt. I'm trying to use my foot here. Almost have it. Yay! Woo! I need the towel for this one. Eargasms and all. Look at this. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hopping and banging and doing everything good, that's for sure. Golly. All right, guys, it's been one hell of a day here at Dream Giveaway Garage. First of all, I gotta thank Ryan, Chris, Lori, the whole Dream Giveaway crew for allowing us access to this pristine 2009 Dodge Viper ACR. Remember, if you use the Raiti's Rides code and spend $25 or more, you will get double entries to make this into your dream giveaway. But let me know what you think. Back in 2009, did Dodge do enough to really make this that supercar killer? And is it one of those cars that, even though prices are going up, is it worth jumping and getting one and having one in your garage? Let me know how you feel about the Viper in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you, click that link in the description. Get yourself some Raiti's Rides merch. Got to give it up to the queen behind the lens, working it like a champ. Let her know how much you love her camera skills, because she is the best in the biz. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.